If you're old enough to have interacted with cannabis at all during the 1970s, or do enough digging about the history of cannabis in the United States, you've probably heard of Thai sticks. Popularized by US service members returning from Thailand during the Vietnam War, Thai sticks hold a lot of nostalgia for the people that encountered them during that era.
Recent surveys estimate that well over 50% of the soldiers in Vietnam use marijuana.
Still to this day, you will hear the term pop up from time to time. Known for their flavor and potency, Thai sticks originated in the northeastern mountain region of Thailand. And when we linked up with the East Phuphan Thai Stick Company, that is the story we set out to tell. What we ended up finding was so much more than that. You know, stepping off the plane, we meet all of the people from the Thai Stick Company. And as soon as we're there, they go to the trunk and they pop out in like a couple of bags. I got a kilo of weed I was just handed. This is like holding a chopped cheese in New York and being proud. Like, it ain't nothing to them. Right at the airport, we're right outside of the door. It didn't feel like a concern to them. They were like, this is normal here, dude. We're not tripping on this at all. So from the moment we got there, we're already met with tons of joints, tons of weed. This is what we're doing. We immediately flow into a conversation. The trip was off to a great start. So first we go and we see this farm that is gorgeous. And as we're walking up to this area that we were all gathering, we see a few tables laid back to back with a bamboo bong on there. It felt like a family or two just outside hanging, waiting to meet us. The kids, the parents, the grandparents, everybody is there. And they immediately start looking at this bong of like, okay, you're gonna hit this thing, right? And I cleared it once and found that even though this is a landrace strain, and even though that this is grown outdoors, still got me considerably high. And it was something that they seemed to get a kick out of seeing. This is the oldest land to plant connection I've been in. People that have been around a plant for 1,000 years in normal part of their society. There's something deep here. And overall, it was just this beautiful connective experience where we all got to pass their bong around and just connect in this very simple way with people who don't all speak the same language as us, with people that are on a different continent that we share very little with outside of this general human experience. Snappers? We're fucking doing snappers in Thailand! Let's go! Snappers in Thailand! When we went to the next farm, we met some homies that just seemed cool as hell. We just smoked and smoked with them and heard about their family and their parents and their grandparents and how long they have not just been one with the land, but one with the plant and the land.
ผมปลูกตั้งแต่พ่อแม่ปลูกตอนนั้นผมออกโรงเรียนป .6 ก็ยังปลูกอยู่สูบตั้งแต่อยู่ในท้องก็ว่าได้
And it was just connection over connection over connection with people who are obsessed with this. It was beautiful, truly. This has been probably the most special trip yet. We spent time at many farms today with many families, and the evening still isn't over. We're about to get even more culture game from them. But we're here in a field of flowers, and if you zoom in just a little bit, it's a field of the flowers that we know and love. Cannabis is just a part of what grows here. It's just as important as any other thing that grows. And as that evening came to an end, we really started to look forward to this dinner where all these characters that we met throughout the day were all going to gather with us and have once in a lifetime evening. We're sitting down with all of these families and it feels like this OG walks in. This woman comes in with an absolute presence about her. And what I learned was that this older woman was a very young girl when she was originally making Thai sticks for Vietnam soldiers in the US war as they were passing through town on their way to Vietnam. I go and I sit next to her and they were okay with me trying to roll my own Thai sticks, and I'm laughing because I was absolutely awful at it. She had been doing it potentially longer than I've been alive. But just being able to sit there and connect with them, you got the sense that their rolling of Thai sticks was a communal thing to do. It's we bring out all of our people and we sit and we get through this and we take whatever this will bring us and we spread it amongst our community. And even though there were no words said in between us, that was a really beautiful moment for me. One of many that night. There was a moment where everything felt different. And we didn't know this was coming, like it really just took us by surprise. And that's when they brought out this beautiful floral arrangement And what they do is everybody can go and grab a string, as many as they like, and tie it around someone's wrist as a way of saying, I see you, you are my friend, I appreciate you. It's a community, it's a group of people that see you and see trust and safety in you and are trying to make sure that you see it in them. And we're looking around at each other smiling, but you could see that in everybody's eyes is like holding back tears. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. I want to cry now while talking about it. It changed what I thought was possible to feel as a human being, an untapped feeling of safety. We left feeling like what we had seen and what we had experienced was deeper than us. It felt like what was happening there had always been happening there. You know, it left me feeling, wishing like there was more of that in our lives. The following morning we went to their local temple with the shrine that all of the cotton strings were on that they tied around our wrists. We gave it to the temple as an offering. It was so beautiful for us. We were sitting there at this temple that is over 1,000 years old. It was a beautiful way to close out the trip, not just in connecting with them and their spirituality, but also seeing how the plant has always been a part of that. Every day I understand more about what made it so special, and I understand less about why we deserve that. I don't know, but I hope to be able to do the same for someone else one day.